RationalInvestor.com's Daily Brief. The answer to your question is learn the goddamn process, trade your trading plans, don't take too much risk on any one trade, and just let yourself get rich.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Rational Investor. This is Julian reporting in from Bangkok. I am tired as fuck today. Yes, I am tired. I'm very tired. It's 11 o'clock. I had a very long day. Lots of dramatic things happened today that I can't even talk about on this stream. This is the background. Here's my condo. This is it doesn't look as good. I wish I could do this stream during like the daytime because this is actually a panoramic view of Bangkok from this. This is a panoramic window. It's amazing. I love it. I think it's like I could put the green screen, but I kind of like this. So feel free to comment, complain, whatever, and I will consider adjusting it in the future. I'm drinking some. I was a little bit hungry and thirsty, and I didn't want water, so this is a milk plus chocolate collagen powder concoction. You know, after 30, your collagen production starts to drop off, so it's always good to consider some supplementation. I don't know what to do about my hair, though. Consistently bad hair days lately. I probably need to go get a haircut. Been kind of lazy. Anyway, okay. Hello, Santos. Hello, Nor. Hello, Fuzzy. Glad you like the condo look. Yeah, feel free to leave your votes on if you like the condo look or not. It's much better during the daytime. I really wish I could do a daytime show. Maybe we will one day. We'll do a special. Constantine, good morning. All right, so you guys don't care about any of that stuff. Let me shrink myself, and we're going to talk about all the crazy shit happening in the markets. How small should I go? Is that small enough, guys? Is that small enough, or am I mean, I'm going to stay this size. You guys let me know if you want me to be bigger or smaller. Oh, it's not signed into my Google account. Whatever. All right, so let's see what's going on. We've got our Forex factory report. What happened today? We had CPI come out, right? Came in at 3.2%, I believe. Let's go. More CPI, 3.2. A little bit below the forecast. And what happened with the market? I bet I haven't even looked at the market. So let's look at what happened. I bet it did almost nothing. I bet it was just stop runs, and that's about it. Let me look at investor sentiment really quick. Okay, 45% bullish. We had quite the drop-off. We've got a little bit of a creep up in the bearishness, but still way too many people bullish, which means this is our topping signal. And by the way, for anybody that follows the breath, I can't talk about it in the first like week and a half of the signal unless you're a pro member. I can't talk about it publicly, but I can talk about it now. And let me tell you, the breath had been short on the, let me pull up the Discord and I'll get the exact date. I don't want to misquote, but I believe our S&P breath tool had been short since the 19th of July. So, you know, it's in profit now. Amazing. Love it. If you took that breath signal, you're making some good money. Okay. Let's pull up the charts and let's see what the hell is going on. So the CPI, let's go down to like a little 5-minute report, 5-minute time frame. What happened? The CPI came out and markets did this. They just did down spike, up spike, you know, all over the place. What did gold do? 5-minute chart. Yeah, gold down spiked before, up spiked after, and it's just been going on a roller coaster of a ride ever since. It spiked all the way up, but came down beforehand. Wait, 22. What is it? Wait, I'm being told that my headphones, I might be on the wrong microphone. Let me check something here. Wait 1 second, everyone. I apologize. Properties. Oh, nope. It's my Yeti microphone. It's my Yeti microphone. Why? Is there a problem? I think it's you. Yeah, I think you're listening from Discord, but on the YouTube, it's the Yeti mic. Sorry, guys. I'm just communicating with our show production guy, Mr. Christopher. He thought there was a problem with my microphone. Anyway, gold's all over the place, running stops on both sides. That's what happens. These CPI reports, look, see, they ran the stops down here. And they ran it up here, over here too. Ran out right the stops. This is what these CPI reports are for. It's for stop runs. That's all it really is at the end of the day. Everything else is going to happens way later. All right, so I don't feel like I need to say anything else about CPI. I mean, we mostly focus on technical analysis here. So I'm not going to go too crazy about the CPI. The main thing that I want to talk about and that you have to pay attention to is the fact that the S&P massively broke down here. Look at this. Huge breakdown. Okay? That was your break right there. So now that we broke down, we're extremely bearish on the stochastic. However, I want to see the real breakdown does not happen until we go below this line here. Okay? But you can see how this was a clear short area when the 9 was hit, and I talked about this last week. I was very, very, very explicit about this being a good area to short last week. And it made sense because the 9 came in. We were at the top of my parallel channel. There wasn't any further the market could go. We needed a pullback, and that's exactly what we got. So the new question is this the real, like, is this the real one? Are we going to get the huge drop here? Or are we going to bounce around in this area until maybe September, October, November, somewhere in the fall period where the market normally likes to quote unquote fall? It isn't called the fall for nothing. And that's did I do a gun show? I don't know if I did. Brian's so funny. All right, nice to have you here, Mr. Beamish. If you guys didn't press the like button, make sure to press it. There's 15 people watching. I want all 15 people to press the like button. Even if you hate me, press the like button. Press it twice. No, don't press it twice because then it likes and unlikes. Press it 3 times. 3 times. You can do 3 times. All right. Anyway, I don't even know if that makes a difference, but I'm supposed to say that. Something about the YouTube algorithm. I have no idea if it works. Who knows? They've changed these algorithms so much. So on let's go to a lower time frame to see what's going on. We had a big drop here, and then we came into this resistance point. Oops, let me pull that back up. Let me pull this down. It's not that important. Okay. And we're at a major support level for me. And the question is, do we roll over? Thank you guys, by the way, for all the likes. I've got 16 likes now. Thank you so much. So stop run to the upside, right? This is a 4-hour chart. So CPI was used as a major stop run excuse. So we did that. Okay. And now we've rolled over. And it looks like we could be heading lower again. So this daily chart has broken below your VIP channel. The next thing I want to see is a break below this area, and then below this area, and then we've got this area. We have so many areas of support before we have open air. So this is going to be, I don't think this is going to be a straight down move. I think you're going to deal with a lot of back and forth before you finally get that drop, because there are a lot of little support levels around here. And the market wants to run the time down on anyone that jumped in the shorts late here. So it wouldn't surprise me if we play in these areas for a while and take a long time. 4-hour here. As long as this 4-hour is still hasn't been broken to the upside though, where I'm leaning towards downside moves that you could take profits into. I am short from up here at 4,600. I already took some profits yesterday, actually, on one of my short positions in SQQQ. So I took a little bit of profit in that. I also, I think I mentioned this last week, but I totally closed out my UNG position. Not UNG, I'm sorry. I'm still in a UNG position. My Tupperware position. So Tupperware, I completely closed out at $5.30. Fantastic trade. Actually, it might have been higher than $5.30. It was somewhere up here when this daily 9 printed. I got out of the whole thing. And you can see it just rolling over now. I'm not holding any Tupperware at this point. I'm looking for it to come down to this like 275, 288 midpoint. That's why I have this line marked right here. 290 is the 200-day moving average point. So then when it gets to that area, I will consider looking at it again, but for now I'm on the sidelines with Tupperware. Okay, back to that was a little bit of a sidetrack. Back to the S&P. So we're kind of just oscillating down here. The big move was back on August 1st, August 2nd. Those were the 2 big days, and now the market's just chopping up late shorts, and early longs, and it's just taking people's money on both sides. That's kind of, we're just ranging before maybe we have the next down leg. I mean, I could see something like this happening, right? Like that. And then we go right down here to our previous 4.669 level and a major support level. I'm going to actually get rid of this 4.669, and I'm going to start putting in support levels, right? So here is something like this, right? Like there is a support level. And then down here would be kind of like a level. And then we can go a bit lower. And this area would be a level right here. I mean, this is a very low time frame, so these levels aren't going to be exact, but it's areas where the market could bounce. They take liquidity. There's probably a huge amounts of liquidity in these areas. The big thing is RSI and looking at higher time frames. So if we go to this 3-day chart, you can see right here the 3-day chart broke down, but it's still in the green. I need to see it push through the VIP area. Until I see that on a weekly chart and a 3-day chart, I really can't get too bearish, but I'm pretty bearish, and that I'm in decent sized short positions. Hopefully that makes sense. So I guess my final answer on what my positioning is in the market is I am leaning extremely bearish with the potential for us to get a bounce and oscillate before we roll over further. So we could do something like this, right? And then like that, and then we roll over. There's always a possibility for this to W out and head higher. However, I have only taken a little bit of profits on my shorts. I'm fully prepared for us to bounce, and I will add to my positions on that bounce. I think we are totally in a distribution area up here, and that's kind of all the market is doing. Obviously, also depends on any kind of news that might come out, but I'm trying to focus on just the technicals here and what the technicals are telling me right now to give you guys my thoughts on what I think is going to happen with the market. This is quite a bearish sign that there was this big reversal. Okay, what do I want to talk about next? That was the S&P. Let me show you guys. Let's look at the QQQs really quick, or actually some stocks. Let's look at NVIDIA first. NVIDIA had a big tumble. Finally, nice breakdown. Here was the 3-day chart that broke down. I talked about this before. You see, once this line, I'm going to make this bigger. Ignore this line. Look at this line. Once this 3-day line broke down, look at how you could have just taken a short right after that came in, and you would be in very nice profits only a couple days later. Okay, or you could have just followed our breath tool, which also got short around that same time. So this is July 19th. You had the first drop, and then you had your rebound, and then your drop. And now it's tagging the VIP level. Let's go to a daily chart. So here were our 2 levels. I'm going to delete. This should be on a 3-day only, so I'm going to change the visibility. I want it on a 3-day and higher. Okay, there. So there was our daily line. And you see that breakdown? You also could have just followed the daily line and gotten into a short here after the breakdown. So you wait for a breakdown, wait for the rebound, and then you short. So this would have been your short on August 7th on NVIDIA. Now we are hitting this 50 EMA, and we do have, I'm going to make this a bit bigger. I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, save the chart. We are hitting this 50 EMA, and we have my trend heuristic. But if we quickly start breaking below this, I mean, it's wide open until 300, and that's kind of what I'm betting on. I have puts on NVIDIA. I took back here after the short signal fired in the breath. I started looking into puts. I saw the breakdown. So I have puts on NVIDIA that don't expire until October. But my puts are way out of the money, way down here. So I'm looking for this gap fill to get paid big time on NVIDIA. I'm already up on the positions actually because the VIX spiked, right? So VIX spikes, that was a great time to take positions because the VIX was, VIX was all the way down here at 13. Things were cheap. And then as soon as things dropped, we got that spike. Look how fast it spiked, and then it's just been trending down. Why is it trending down after the initial spike? They don't want you to have much time to make money. So if you have options, right? And let me know, guys, if you have any questions or any of this is over your head. Welcome, Josh. Good to see you. Brian, thank you for being here as always. I wish I could do the same for your shows if the timing wasn't, the time zones weren't so messed up. So with the VIX, they spike it, right? So you see that you've only got 2 days of spikes, and then the rest of the time it's just trending down. And the market itself is also just kind of oscillating. So what is that doing? It's running down the premium on those option contracts. So after the market had that 1 day of drop, everyone was like probably jumped. A lot of people jumped on the short side, and those are the late shorts. And the market takes advantage of those people by doing something like this where it just stagnates. And all their options just go to zero. I mean, not necessarily to zero, but the premium built in the options drops a lot. And that's how market makers make their money back. And they just sit like this for a while, and then it'll spike again for a day or two. And, the people that were able to wait it out and were correct will make money. But everyone else gets screwed. That's how it works. It's how it works in a lot of things in the world, actually. Think about races and things like that. There's only 1 or 2 winners. You can't have a ton of people winning. There's only a couple. It's the same in the market. Okay, so that's NVIDIA. Hopefully that made sense about NVIDIA. Any kind of bounces now, I'm going to be looking to short. I think this is it for the NVIDIA run. You can see on a weekly chart, this is the breakdown. I think NVIDIA has a way to go to the downside. If we look at even just fibs, right? So let's look at fibs here. Let me make it bigger. And let me do something like this, reverse it. So your 38.2 is all the way down here at 340. You're going to at least go to that. But generally, we want to go to Mountain Man down here. You can see there's major support down here. Definitely could hit that, but I'm looking for something more like this in the 78.6 area. Look at all the support here with all the price action. Look at the price action here, price action here. This is going to be the area that NVIDIA will, if it really drops off like I expect, this is going to be the area it stops. And this is going to be the area where I'm going to look to accumulate for the next run. Assuming there's no change in massive fundamentals or anything like that, that's where I will look through things. Obviously, some kind of fundamental news can come out that can change all of this. That always messes things up. But technical analysis works best in the absence of fundamentals. Sorry, I gotta apply a little bit more collagen here. All right, so that's NVIDIA. Any bounces I'm looking to short, and I'm holding my puts. I don't know if I will add to the puts. It depends on the VIX. But if I do, they will likely be not so out of the money like the current one I have. They will be more around at the money because I want to avoid issues with time decay, but I want to get into a NVIDIA short. I might do it via a proxy like an SQQQ, which is just the QQQs, but NVIDIA is a huge part of the NASDAQ. So, I mean, it's very similar, this kind of market movement. So, by the way, I know you guys have heard me talk about these ranges and these 78.6s and 88.6s. I talked about this, right? And that's why I have it drawn in this chart. Look at where QQQs went to. Right here. You got to use these. It's great location. This is my quintessential shorting location. Right? We came right up into it. The market gave you a half a month to get short up here. And all you had to do was say, okay, I have location. Now what? Well, next you look for structure. Okay, let's look for structure. What happened here? I'm going to be like Brian. I'm feeling like a teacher. So what was the market doing to us back here? And I don't really like going back and showing things after they already happened because I feel like it's not as helpful. You guys listen to get my thoughts on what's going to happen in the future. But sometimes things are just so glaringly obvious and don't happen that often that I'm just like, look at it. Oh, here we go. Let me go through. So there's your, right? There's your smile, right? And then there's your breakdown. And right here is where you could have gotten short on this kind of confirmation of the breakdown, a retest. This was the breakdown right here. And then here's your retest to get shorted around 376. So there's your smile. That's your structure. And then momentum. Where's our momentum? Well, that one is the easiest. Look at the breakdown in RSI right here through the 0 level. I mean, I would say if you were watching a 12-hour chart or a daily chart or a 4-hour chart, I mean, you had your signal before. This was the start of the breakdown. And you could have shorted up here if you were trading by the strategy that I like to trade with. However, a safer method is using the full TRI 3 steps, which is location, structure, momentum. I don't think I'm saying it in the right order, but that's basically that's what we teach and that's what works. So yeah, you could have shorted that via SQQ, which I did. Here, SQQ, you can see the SQQ spike. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Go to a daily chart, right? So there's our spike. So if you were short back here like me, you know, you're in a decent profit. And this just has to push up from here. Where does chaos say we can go to? I'll do like that, reverse. All right, thank you, Josh. I got that's actually all the approval I need. Thank you. Look at where it goes to. It just clears this level here. Take out all the liquidity up here. So it's up to 23. How much is that in terms of percentage? You know, 25% move, not bad. I'll take it. Yes, exactly. The process, very important. Okay, so that's kind of the general market. I like to do that and then Bitcoin on this stream, and then go into the after party to go over anything else that any members want to talk about. Let me do Bitcoin. Let's talk about Bitcoin really fast, and then we'll go to the after party, and I'll take any questions you guys have, and you know, tell me any crazy stories you guys want to know. Bitcoin. What's going on with Bitcoin? I know the breath has been feeling a bit bullish on Bitcoin of late, and I believe, correct me if it's wrong, I believe it's either at break even or in profit right now. I can't remember. So weekly chart on Bitcoin, a little bit confusing here. I mean, you could draw this like this, and then it looks like that. You could say the weekly is above the 0% level, so you could say it's bullish. If I go to a 3-day chart, yeah, it's still above that 0%, but the stochastic doesn't look so great. But you had a 9 that came in, which provides major support. What about a daily chart? Daily chart also, what a pain in the ass, because if you take it off these little spikes, it's still in a bear move. But if you do something like this, then you're like, okay, well, maybe it's potential reversal. I think this is the correct approach, and I was looking for a push of Bitcoin through this this area here. When it spiked up to about 30,000, I was looking for a push higher, but it looks like it's actually rejecting here. Ugly chart. It's really an ugly chart. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Let's look at this 3-day. Okay, so I've got a couple issues with this. One, my Elliott wave pattern seems to have completed. I don't like to see that. Number two, we've got divergence on a weekly chart here. So price made a higher high, but RSI did not make a higher high. I don't like that. Is this confirmed? No, but it's not a good sign. So something to keep in mind for anybody that's rah bullish. This is extremely unclear. Very, 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 very unclear. You did have a bounce that you can see here, obviously on a 12-hour, right? So here's your bounce, push through, and then here's a possible retest before we push higher. But I would be lying if I said which direction I think. If I said I know which direction this is going to go in, I have absolutely no idea. I wish I did, but this is a nasty chart. To me, it seems pretty clear that it completed a 5-wave upward pattern. Okay, this, 4-wave retrace, 5th wave complete. And now we have to do some kind of ABC reversal pattern, which could go, you know, something down to here or just back to here. Do something like this, something like that. And then this before then we do our next wave higher, which would be something like this, right? Then you do this and you pull back and you do that and you go all the way up, right? So that could be potentially what's happening. Fuzzy, I'll look at it in the after party. I'm not going to look at it in this video, but in the after party for TRI members, I will look at whatever you guys want. So that's my concern here with Bitcoin and what I'm seeing. I want to talk about some of the altcoins, but we're kind of running out of time. So maybe I just look at, let me see something. Let me see, where was my parallel channel? I have an ugly parallel channel. Yeah, it'd be probably something like this. This makes sense to me. This would be the bottom end of the parallel channel, which lines up with ironically lines up with the 200-day moving average, providing massive support along with price action down here. Yeah, I'll have to see what's going to happen. But considering that fifth wave pattern did complete, I mean, let me see something with the range here. There's always the possibility that this can, break through and come back down here and go all the way down to this area if the market crashes, right? 78.6, 88.6. If the market crashes, there's no reason why Bitcoin can't go all the way back down to this area. But I'm thinking of it kind of like a NVIDIA or tech stock. So if NVIDIA retraces down to that $200 area, there's no reason why Bitcoin would go much lower than I think 1900. I don't really see it. I see the benefit in running the liquidity lows here, but going further down to these lows, 1500, I don't see that happening. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Be careful being super bullish with Bitcoin. This was possibly a bit of a fake out move before the next move down. That's about all I've got. I want to talk about some altcoins, but I'm gonna take like a 2 or 3 minute break, fix my air conditioning because it feels very hot in here, and then we will do the after party, and I will go through all the altcoins and all the stocks that you guys want to look at. Okay, thank you everybody for watching. If you're a TRI member, I will see you in the after party in 5 minutes. If you're not, you should really consider joining. It's quite cheap. All right, bye everybody.